My sister-in-law blew up at me because my Chinese mother-in-law gave me her jade bracelet instead of her. I'm white, married to David for 3 years. His mom, Lynn, is 67, speaks broken English around most people, and holds traditional Chinese values close to her heart. When I first met her 4 years ago, she looked me up and down and said, too pale, too thin, before walking away. David warned me she'd be hard to win over. My sister-in-law, Kelly, married David's younger brother, Mark, 2 years before I came into the picture. She's an aerospace engineer, makes 6 figures, and never lets me forget it. At every family dinner, she finds a way to mention my wasted education or how I'm setting women back by staying home. I have POTS and autism that make traditional work difficult, but Kelly doesn't care about explanations. I started taking Mandarin classes 8 months ago at the community college. It's hard, but I practice every day. Lynn's accent is thick, and I wanted to understand her better. The first time I responded to her in Mandarin, her eyes went wide. She didn't smile, but she nodded. Every Sunday at 10 a.m., I go to Lynn's house to help fold dumplings. The first time she invited me, I thought it was just chores, but when she brought out the dumpling skins and filling, I realized it meant something more. In Chinese culture, folding dumplings together is intimate. It's reserved for family. We fold in silence mostly, but sometimes Lynn tells me stories about growing up in Guangdong province. She's blunt, calls me Little Box because of my red hair and small frame, but she says it with affection now. Last month, she taught me her secret chili oil recipe, the one she brought from China 40 years ago. She made me write it down 3 times to get it perfect. Kelly's tried everything to get Lynn's approval. She bought expensive tea sets, brought fancy desserts to family dinners, offered to pay for home renovations, but Lynn just nods politely and sets the gifts aside. From Lynn's perspective, Kelly talks too much, interrupts elders, and treats family dinners like networking events. Yesterday was the monthly family dinner at Lynn's house. I arrived early like always to help cook. Kelly showed up exactly on time with Mark, carrying another expensive gift, some imported Chinese liquor. Lynn thanked her and put it with the others, unopened. After dinner, Lynn pulled me into her bedroom. My heart was pounding because she's never done that before. She opened her jewelry box, the carved wooden one she keeps on her dresser. Inside was the jade bracelet, the one I've seen on her wrist every single day since I met her. In Mandarin, she said, "My mother gave this to me when I married. Now I give it to you." Her hands were shaking as she slipped it onto my wrist. The jade was warm from being in the box. I started crying immediately, ugly crying, and Lynn patted my shoulder awkwardly. We walked back to the dining room. The bracelet caught the light. Kelly saw it instantly. I watched her face go white, then bright red. She stood up so fast her chair scraped the floor. "Is that Lynn's bracelet?" Her voice was shaking. I nodded. Kelly turned to Lynn, switched to broken Mandarin she'd clearly practiced. "Why her? Why not me?" Lynn responded in English, calm and clear. "Because she earns it." Kelly's voice got louder. "I'm the one with a career. I'm the successful one. She doesn't even work." People at the table went quiet. David reached for my hand under the table. Lynn's response was ice cold. She stood up, looked Kelly directly in the eyes. "You work for money and titles. She works for family. You buy expensive gifts I don't need. She learns my language so we can talk. You come on time. She comes early to cook. You want respect? You must give respect first." Kelly's face crumpled. She grabbed her purse, said, "This is insane," and stormed toward the door. Mark followed her, apologizing to everyone. As they left, Mark turned and pointed at me. "This isn't over." 20 minutes later, David's phone buzzed. It was a long text from Mark saying I manipulated his mother and alienated Kelly, and that David needed to control his wife better. David showed the text to Lynn immediately. Her expression hardened. She asked for Mark's number, typed it into her phone. I could see her jaw clenching. This morning, I showed up for our usual Sunday dumpling folding. Lynn was already at the kitchen table with her phone out. When I sat down, she put the phone on speaker and called Kelly. Kelly answered with, "What?" Lynn's voice was different. The accent was gone. She spoke perfect, crisp English. "Kelly, you sent your husband to insult my daughter-in-law in my home. You disrespected her. You disrespected my son. You disrespected me." I almost dropped the dumpling skin I was holding. Kelly stammered, "Wait, you speak?" Lynn cut her off. "I speak perfect English when I choose to. I was born in San Francisco. My accent is a choice. Do you know why I use it around you? Because you never cared enough to listen past it." The line went quiet. Lynn continued, voice steady. "You want my bracelet? Learn to fold dumplings first. Learn to cook. Learn that family is built with time, not money. When you understand that, call me back." In Mandarin. Kelly hung up. Lynn looked at me, switched back to Mandarin with her thick accent, and winked. "Now, little box, I teach you soup dumplings." Turns out she speaks perfect English when she needs to. She just never needed to for